confused too much. Let's have an enormous hand for your next act, the fabulous Saunders.
So I do have the assistant's dog with me. You can relax about it. All you've got to think about him as actually is basically he's anti-heckling enforcement. Yeah, he doesn't bite anybody, he doesn't bark at anybody, he'll just lick your groin until you orgasm. So don't do it, because honestly, mate, I really don't want to see your cum face. Yeah. Unless it's a glorious one. Have you got a glorious cum face? Because none of us blokes do we? Every bloke's cum face basically looks like you're having an asthma attack while having lemon juice squeezed in your eyes. You know? None of us look good with that moment. So the other question I randomly get is, why do I have an assistant's dog? It's very simple, it's because I'm disabled. I suffer with two major disorders that are called being desperately unfuckable and terminally single. And I'm quite happy with both of those descriptions, because folks, have a look at me. What woman wants this? I mean, come on, have a look at the face. I've got a face of a 1970s pant beard. And the only way women have refer to me as a catch is accompanied by the words chlamydia or syphilis. Where was I? But also, old age is starting to hit in a bit now, so I've got to accept the old age disadvantage of my sex life. So I've now decided that I'm going to identify as semi-bisexual. By that means I can nearly achieve an erection every other month. And people realise I have a bad time with my sex life, my love life. I mean, I was lucky enough to do the Invictus Games last year, and the guys on the squad were there going, thank fuck you were in the Navy, Jay, not the Air Force, because you can't land anything. All you're going to do is crash and fucking burn. But the greatest thing about doing the Invictus Games was the range of diversity we had in the squad. It was absolutely stunning. It's really cool. Stop singing the fucking show. We had every colour of the LGBTQIA community in it. It was absolutely brilliant. But it made me start thinking, if I'm this big and desperate, do I need to start challenging myself and questioning my own identity? So I went through the list. Now, obviously, I'm allegedly a straight white male. Of course I want to be a lesbian. I mean, come on, let's look at women. I mean, they're better looking than us. The soft parts are freaking delightful. They smell better than us. And comparing yourself into it, and they're going, I might be able to make an adequate lesbian. I mean, I've got no objection to cunnilingus. My fingers work kind of well. I even understand what the term KFC means. For the uneducated, finger-licking good. But then comes the disadvantage. There's one thing lesbians don't like. There's one thing they hate. Cock. I mean, normal cocks. I mean, just the ones attached to human males. I mean, if it's made out of medical grade silicone, some of them may consider it. But add male DNA and a heartbeat next to it, it's going to be about as attractive as the same face as Nigel Farage would have in a food bank for refugees. Obviously, the one I really would go for, being gay, that makes absolute sense to me because I see the attraction. Number one, I've got somebody to go to the pub with. They're not going to complain if I have one too many beers. They're going to be the one that invites me to the sporting events. Having curry 5 nights a week is never going to be a problem. In fact, by the end of the week, we'll be having a farting competition, and I dress better. There's only one problem. You see, I might be absolutely obsessed with cock. Unfortunately, it's the only one I'm attracted to. Thank you. And the other problem is my arsehole is a terrifying one-way valve. I mean, you try and enter it and it slams shut faster than a guillotine in revolutionary France. It clams up faster than a Trump supporter being presented with actual facts. So that one's not going to work for me. So automatically, if I've said I can't be a lesbian, I can't be gay, I can't be bisexual, can I? Plus, there's another problem. My male ego would get in the way. I love the idea of being able to go out with a woman and be able to eye up all the other girls in the bar or club and what have you. It sounds brilliant, except for the fact I'd automatically have to realise that every woman's going to be a better catch than the mental bloke with a dog tied to him. I mean, I realise that having Hawk increases my attractive levels by at least 50-60%. But present them with a bi or lesbian woman and a puppy, and I'm fucking toast. Carry on through, but I don't have the courage to be transsexual. I really don't. I mean, can you imagine the conversation I'd have with the consultant? You want me to cut off what? But I love that freaking thing. Sorry, you're going to cut it off and I don't even get a clitoris? Sorry, you're going to cut off the only reliable thing that's given me pleasure over the last few years. I turn into a woman, automatically that means I get a pay cut and I can't have an orgasm again. Are you a Tory health minister? I mean, why the bloody hell is that going to work for me? And then, like, Q confused the living daylights out of me, and eventually my mates explained to me, he got three main different definitions within the queer thing. It either means you're not straight, you're questioning, or you don't necessarily identify with the gender assigned to you at birth. Now, clearly the last one doesn't work to me, because I actually think of myself as a bloke. Just a very poor example of one. But questioning, do you know what I could be? Gents, I'm going to come in with one name and see if you're questioning too. Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I don't know. If he asked me to suck his cock, I'd think about it. I'd seriously think about it. Not for the money I may be able to get out of the papers. Just for the fact that, come on, have a look at that bloke. I guarantee that his dick is better looking than any other penis in this room. And if you were presented with it, I guarantee it would smell of refreshers. So I might think of myself. The one I really got into trouble for was intersex, because I misheard it and I went, absolutely, that's me. And I went, no, it's intersex, not into sex. I went, fuck, I failed on that one. And that's basically that you have traits from each of the genders. And I'm there going, maybe that is me. Because when I was in combat, you know, I fought like a proper warrior, testosterone overflowed and charging over things. Last week, Hawk cut his paw and I was crying like an over-maternal mother. So I might have both. So that's left me with the only definition I've actually got left now, which is I believe I'm 50% asexual. Now, asexual means there's no sexual attraction. Why am I 50%? I might be interested, but no fucker's attracted to this bastard, so I'm 50% asexual. So I now just have to live within my total straight white male privilege. And thank the internet gods for Pornhub. You folks have been delightful. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed the good one this week.
Hey, Saunders and Hawk, everyone.